What's up, y'all? It's Monday. How we doing? Hope everyone had a good holiday. Hope everyone's got all their fingers. Everybody hold their fingers up. Let me make sure you got 10 of them. Or I don't know, if you didn't start with 10, that's none of my business, but I hope you had a good long holiday weekend. I hope your teams won. I hope you had fun. Hope nobody got hurt. I have all the fingers I have. Well, do you have all the fingers you had on like last time on Wednesday? Do you still have that amount of fingers? Because if so, that's good. Proud of you. Uh, what was his name? Jean-Pierre Paul? Or I don't know why I made him so French, but it was somebody. It was like a football player, American football, like from the Giants, I think. That he was good, and then he lost a finger or two. New York Giants, yeah. Yeah, it was for the Giants for sure. I don't. Was he like? Did he have a French name though? Was it like Jean Pierre Paul or something like that? I. There's somewhere around there. All right. Well, as long as you guys have control of all of your fingers and toes, that is good. I hope everybody's team won. I'm on a little bit of a high. It was Jean Pierre Paul. Ooh, ouch, Paul. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. I somebody's firework. I don't like fireworks, first of all. Plus we've got dogs, and one of them is reactive. The other two don't care at all, but the one that's reactive, we doped her the hell up. It's one of the good things about having a veterinarian wife. Jason Pierre Paul. You could call him Jean. I guess that's not really Jason, but close enough. Um, but I let them out at around midnight before we went to bed because I figure, all right, there'll be a couple of pops. She's drugged up. It's all good. And I look out there, and in the far end of the yard, I see something glowing red. And it's dark. I can't tell what it is. I'm assuming that it's like something glowing, like a firework that is still on fire. And so I get the dogs back in, and I take my phone out to look at it, and it's a LED light, and it's some sort of, I don't know if it ever exploded or what, but it had like paper wings, and it was called something copter. So I assume it spins really quick and goes up in the air, and the LED light is so you can watch it. I don't know if it had any sort of like, explosive powder in it or what. And I'm like, oh shit, what is this going to blow my finger off? So I got the pooper scooper, and I scooped it up, and I took it and I threw it in the garbage can with all the dog waste. But that was as exciting as it got. The dogs all were very good. They were, they were all drugged. Well, no, they weren't. The shepherds were drugged up, but beyond that, I guess nobody had a good fireworks display. Every fireworks I saw it was cloudy and like kind of foggy. Like the one in the Golden Gate Bridge was foggy. The one in Seattle, I think, was foggy. I don't know. Maybe it's just a West Coast thing. But the good news is yesterday, England beat Mexico. England held on to beat Mexico. I was so tense during that game, and I was mad because I am so tired of these red cards, especially with England and red cards and England in Stadium Azteca. It was so stressful. So stressful. And then don't get me started on the U.S. red card. It's so stupid. You win a peace prize, and then what? All of a sudden, you can call whatever you want. Jersey Shore was good. Ooh, it is cold here. I'm going to put on long pants today. It has been so cold here the last couple. I'm not complaining, but we had fun watching Paraguay. Feels like a moral victory. Listen, it is. You could, like, the Ivory Coast, first of all, made it to the knockout round, and then, it's like they're national heroes. I love it. I love that. I love how I just love the 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 whole thing. I do. The heat is coming for the West Coast. I'm sure it will. I mean, it's summer. We're gonna have a couple of weeks of ridiculous hotness for people that don't have air conditioners. 107 in the car. Your pool topped at 90. That's not a pool anymore. That is now a hot tub. Yikes. Yeah, I'm sure it'll get warm here at some point. Hopefully not this week. I think the rest of this week looks okay. The high is supposed to be, and this is, I hate this weather app because it changes hourly. It says the high is going to be 79 this week, which that's fine with me. That's comfortable for me. For some, again, I don't have air conditioning, so I don't want it too hot. Only mid 70s today. Oh, that's good news. That is good news for you guys. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? We've got things to do. We've got starting nines to nail. Last week, we went 9-0. Perfect week last week. So we're on a 10-game hitting streak. Only 2 home runs. We hit 3 time of games, one of which nailed it right on. So that was exciting. We are in double digits for our hit streak, so that's very exciting. Let's see. I don't even know if we went to our final guess on any of them last week. I think I did a good job last week. I think you did a pretty good job. All right. Another 9-0 this week. Finish off with 3 straight home runs. Are you at 100 yet? Are you at a 100-game hit streak? Because that's damn impressive. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We can do it.
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base.
Woo! All right, we got Joe Creedy and Joe Randa. And Joe Mama. Joe Mama, Joe Daddy, Joe Bald-Headed Granny. I don't know, I'm a child. All right, so this, to me, if I'm going by who I know these teams from, this is the White Sox versus the Royals. Average Joe's is right. What was that? That was the show where they would, no, that was Joe's versus Pros. What was Average Joe's? Joe's versus Pros is when normal people would go up against athletes. Creed Bratton. Oh, you're getting an Office star right there, my friend. You are getting an Office star right there. Give me an Office quote. I will tell you the context. I will tell you the context of your Office quote if you give me one. More than likely. More than likely, I'll know. Unless it was after Michael left, then it's very spotty. Very spotty. And don't give me a D'Angelo quote because that's Average Joe's dodgeball. There we go. There we go. All right. So I think that this would be White Sox versus Royals. We didn't have either of these teams last week. We didn't have either of these teams the week before that. We didn't have either of those teams the week before that. I would say we do the Royals less than the White Sox. So let's go with the Royals. Oh, good start. Good start. In honor of a Lord. In honor of Lord. April 5th, 2004, Carlos Beltran's walk-off homer lifts Royals to opening day win by Steve Friedman. So I was watching the, shockingly enough, I was watching the Mets Braves game yesterday. Speaking about holding on. My God, I went through it yesterday. Bo Bobby, which V? B always or B. Well, you're just on the Creed Bratton kick, aren't you? what was I saying? Oh, the watching the Braves Mets game. I went through it yesterday because the Mets were down early like they always are, and then they came back and then they scored a ton of runs, and then they barely held on by the skin of their teeth in the bottom of the ninth inning. B stands for business. Well, which B though? There's two B's, or they both stand for B. I don't remember if they both stand for B. He's Creed Bratton as far as anybody that asks is concerned. Man, that was the Mets are just so awful. My wife is like, "Why did you pick the Mets? Out of all of the teams, why did you pick the Mets?" But what I was saying is Andrew Jones was in the booth for that game. Todd Zeile was for the Mets. I don't really care for Todd Zeile, but Creed asked for the. How many times have you rewatched The Office? I don't have a number because it just, when I get to the end of the Michael ones, I'll go and I'll watch the finale and then I start over again. Sometimes I'll skip the first season because it's not really The Office. It's more of the British Office, which I love. It's not Ricky Gervais. Not too overzealous. No, I'm not. Your first rewatch. Oh, well, enjoy it because you've probably forgotten a lot of it. Oh, that would be fun to watch it again. I forgot that Andrew Jones was going into the Hall of Fame this year because they said we're here with Hall of Famer Andrew Jones. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, Braves Hall of Famer? And then they reminded us all of who's going in. You got Carlos Beltran, the cheater. You got Jeff Kent, the asshole. And Andrew Jones, who I've watched so much Andrew Jones in person, and I do not believe he's a Hall of Famer. I'm like, this is not my favorite class of Hall of Famers. All right, let's see. 2004, it's opening day in Kansas City. It's probably pretty nipply if I forgot. Oh, yeah, they're all. Jim is an asshole, too. He's kind of like, if you think about it, Zach Morris. There's some on YouTube. There's several Saved by the Bell rewatches. I've watched most of them, but there's one that's called Zach Morris is Trash, and it just points out how he gaslights everyone and what a total dick he is. Jim is technically that way too, but he's the hero, and I like him. So John Krasinski, I love. So, let's see. Opening day. I'm gonna say it was cold. I'm gonna say 25 hits. I saw 315. 2004. I'm going to go 302. 302 for your time game here. 302, get your over-unders in. And let's see what we got. 246. Yikes. See, it was cold. They wanted to get out of there. 41,000 people, a 2 o'clock start. I cannot imagine. I wish they had the game time temperature in here. For the Sox, what is this? 2004. So the White Sox will win the World Series next year. Willie Harris. That's not who I was thinking of. Jose Valentin, Mags, Big Hurt, Carlos Lee, Paulie, Joe Creedy, Aaron Rowand, Sandy Alomar, and Burley on the mound. That's why if I would have known Burley was on the mound, that's going to be a quicker game. That's my excuse. Angel Baroja. Speaking of Carlos Beltran, hey, 303. Well, you didn't get it either. Carlos Beltran. There you go. Mike Sweeney, Juan Gunn, Joe Randa, Ken Harvey, Dito, Benito Santiago. Aaron Guile, I forgot about him. Desi Relaford and Brian Anderson is your opening day starter for the Royals. Aaron Guile, I thought he played longer than that. Guess not. He played longer than I did. We didn't get a play this week. We had professional hitter Matt Stairs. Nice. If we would have played this week, I would have had to sit out. My knee is so effed up. It is still swollen. I've been icing it. I've been compressing it. I've been keeping it elevated. It is black and blue. It is not doing well. It is getting a little bit better, though, since yesterday. So maybe by Sunday, I will be able to play. But I would not have been able to play had we had a game this week. Just saying. Oh, that was a home run I hit on that one, too. I got to update. All right. We are ready for our next game. We cannot go third base. We are going to go left field. That's kind of my thing now, is going left field. All right, we've got a Gonzalez, and we've got a Lou Brock sighting. Ooh. So, we know who I'm going to guess here. Let's go Cardinals. Come on, Lou Brock. Oh, look at us go. June 23rd, 1967, Roger Maris. I think it should just be Maris with an apostrophe. I don't think there's two S's there. Late home run, powers Cardinals 3-2 win over the Philadelphias by Steve Gennadier. Gennadier. Back to back, like the Bash Brothers. That's right. Let's see, 236. Well, 1967, June, 3-2. I'm going to say you're probably pretty good. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go 222. I'm going 222 on this bad boy. Because they played the bottom of the ninth. Or maybe they didn't. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I need more information. I need to know who started. I need to see the line score. This is the information I need. I'm going to say 222. I'm going to stick with it. 236. Get your over-unders in. 222. Send it. Oh!
Nailed it.
I didn't just nail it. I had my way with it. I owned it. Look at that. I'm going to give myself another one.
What? Boom! Nailed it.
Yeah, I did. Look at that bad boy right there. 222. I was there. It's like I was there. I was still several years away from conception, but it's like I was there. I knew it. Knew it. Let's see. For the Phillies, it was Tony Gonzalez. Very nice. The tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. This is what he did prior. I don't know. I think that was the one from... Was that the one from New Guy? I don't know. I don't watch them. I just hear them. I don't see them. John Briggs, Dick Allen. There we go. Hey. Johnny Callison, Bill White. I don't know any of these guys. Rick Wise. Dick Allen's Dick Allen would have gotten me Phillies at some point. And he was at third base. She goes. Unless that's a... Yeah, I heard it. I just don't... I'd need to see it. I think that's the one from New Guy. Or New Girl. New Girl, not New Guy. For the Cardinals, Lou Brock, Curt Flood, Roger Maris, the Baby Bull, Tim McCarver, Mike Shannon, Julian Javier, that's Stan's dad, right? Yeah. I don't know Dal Maxville and Dick Hughes. Nice. Dick Hughes went the distance. Rick Wise had a good game. Not quite there. I'll try and look. I can see it on my second monitor, but it's a little bit behind. But next time it comes up, I will try to do it. Try to see. All right. We are 2 for 2, gentlemen. Let's keep it going. 12 game heater. Here we go. This time we can do it. Third base. All right. I don't remember who this is. We've had this before. Pafko. I don't think this is Bill Elliott, NASCAR driver. I don't think it's Billy Elliott, Broadway, young boy dancing superstar. Irish, I think. I don't think it's Elliot from E.T. I don't think it is. This name though, Pafko, Andy Pafko and Bob Elliott. I see this name and it just looks like Randy Macho Man Savage's actual last name, but I don't think it is. Plus, we've already had the Cardinals, and that's who he played for. Pafko. Well, you know what? I'm not going to remember, so this is what we'll do. This is probably what I do every time he comes up. We'll go with the Red Sox. I would have lost it. Elliott was the 1947 MVP. I probably have heard of Bob Elliott, especially through this game, but you know how my brain doesn't retain information. All right, let's go pitcher. We've got Tom Chambers, former Phoenix Sun, Utah Jazz, went to my junior high school. Used to go to the Tom Chambers basketball camp every summer in junior high. We had a Pafko. He's on the first Topps card. That card is subject to Tracy Morgan film Cop Out. I think you tell me that every time. I know we've had him many times on this game, and I never remember. Voisel. This name's familiar too. I'll go with one of my other safety teams until I find somebody that I actually remember who they were on. All right, let's do it. Let's go left field. It's worked out so far for me. Didn't work out this time. Mattern and Conster. This is Timu, John Madden, and Kevin Costner. This is like what are those names? How do I not remember those names? There we go. Mike Truck, Bobson Dugnut. That's what these names are right here. Sean Furcote. That's actually Eddie Seacott. They worked him into the game. Daryl Archideld. That's what these are. Slev McDykel. Is that supposed to be Steve McMichael? Like a football / wrestling? Willie Dustus. That's what these names are. You can't fool me. This is supposed to be John Madden and Kevin Costner, and I know it for a fact. Let's see. Who do these guys play for? Andy Pafko. I know this. I know who Andy Pafko plays for. I'm going to just go with the New York teams, I guess. Maybe I'm hoping it's the Dodgers. Let's go. Should I go first or second? I think I'm going to go second. Shens and Stanky. This just makes me think of Andy Stankiewicz because his nickname was Stanky. But I know this is a well-known player, and I don't. Eddie Stanky, is that right? Shens. That's what you get if you ascend too quickly in a body of jello. Is Shens. Eddie Stanky. Is that what I said? Did I get it right? Or did I say Andy again? Eddie Stanky. You don't hear about the Shens that often because it's not often you get enough jello that you can surface quickly enough to get them. But it's in the same family as the Bens, but it's the Shens. Eddie Stanky. Where do I know Eddie Stanky from? I don't think it's the Dodgers. Don't be the Mets. I'm going to go with the Yankees. I'm just going with New York teams. I swear this is a New York-centric game. I don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched. But I told you guys last week that a absolute dream guest for the podcast contacted us. And we've booked them. We've booked them for next week. I don't want to jinx it. I'm not giving any more information because I don't want to jinx it. But I'm very excited. BT Dubs, no pod this week. It's recorded and edited, but it's a holiday and nobody downloads and listens on the holiday. So I'm not going to release it. I'm going to bank it. Just so we've got an episode ready to go when we need it. I'm sure you guys were freaking out about that, but just so you know. Also, by the way, if you have not listened to a podcast called Baseball Beyond Batting Average, one of my favorites, I love the hosts. They stopped recording probably about 2 years ago. I still keep in touch with them via social media. They are recording an episode tonight. I am very excited about that. Hannah Simone. There you go. That, I think, is who did the Nailed It. BT. I keep seeing BT Dubs. I'm sorry, by the way. You get a star for her name. Eddie Stanky. Let's go. I need a position that's going to tell me who these guys are. I'm going to go to the outfield. Center field or right field? I think I'm going to go right. She's too busy with the new... Well, podcasters are supposed to cross-pollinate so that you can find new listeners. We used to do that all the time. It didn't work a whole... We had a lot of history podcasts wanted to talk to us, and a lot of the history people aren't that interested in just baseball history. I'm going to go right. Jack Nicholson and Sherlock Holmes. We're watching Young Sherlock on Prime. Really good. I mean, it's by Guy Ritchie, so of course it's going to be good, but really good. I was trying to think of the adult film star Holmes, but I don't remember. Is it Steve Holmes? That doesn't sound right. I don't remember his name. And you don't need to put it in chat if you don't want to. Toomey Holmes and Bill Nicholson. Toomey Holmes, Bill Nicholson, Pafko, Shens, Conitzer. I swear these letters are backwards. Tommy Holmes was a boxer too. Steve Holmes, I think that was his name. I don't know. I do know some adult film names, but I don't know many, and I don't know the old ones. Holmes. All right. I don't remember. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose the Mets just simply in case this is the Mets. I don't want to miss it. Because I'm not remembering. Eddie Stanky was not on the Mets, though, as far as I'm the Pafko, I think, was on the Mets at some point. This isn't the House of David. Wrong era for the Mets. All right, well, then I'm not going to choose the Mets. Eddie Stanky. Eddie Stanky. I know I'm going to just shoot myself when I find out who this is. I don't think this is the Dodgers. Eddie Stanky. I don't think it's the Bucks. I don't think it's the Tigers. I don't think it's the Cardinals because we've already had, although it could be this team. We could need the Pafko team. All right, I'm going to send it because I'm not going to remember.
Post-game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.
Wipe it all out. It's all gone. It's all gone. Just like that. Snap of the fingers and it's gone. Pafko's on the Cubs. May 23rd, 1948. Boston Braves win 2 for the Jimmy Fund by Sal Wisnia. Wisnia. That's a cool last name, Sal. 8-5, the Boston Braves beat the Cubs. Damn. 8-5, 1948. We don't know what game this is. Sounds like it's a doubleheader. I don't think that's going to matter in 1948. I'm going to say that this thing went 2 hours and 51 minutes. 2:25, a quick one. Yeah, mine might be a little long. I'll bump it down to 2:41. I'll just take a 10-minute chunk off. 2:41 is what I'm saying. We got a 2:25. Get your over-unders in. Let's see what we got. 2:25. Well, Brian, you have nailed it, sir. Congratulations. 2:25. Braves Field in Boston. This was the first game of the doubleheader for the Cubs. Eddie Waitkiss. That would have gotten me the Cubs, the natural. Damn it. Andy Pafko. Milwaukee, Chicago, and Brooklyn. Andy Pafko. Handy Andy or Prushka. God darn it. We got a Roy Smalley sighting. It's always fun. For the Braves, Tommy Holmes, Eddie Stanky. Frank McCormick would have sent me to the Giants. Alvin Dark would have sent me to the Giants too, right? Yeah. Yeah, I would have ended up with the Giants here. Eddie Stanky, 3-time All-Star for Brooklyn. See, I knew that it was a New York team. The Brat, Muggsy, or Stinky. Love it. Had a great eye. Wow. He had almost 1,000 career walks and only 374 career strikeouts. Led the league in on base several times. Led the league in runs scored. Eddie Stanky seems like my kind of guy. 410 on base for his career. Look at these numbers. My God. He didn't even bat leadoff. What's Tommy Holmes doing in the leadoff spot with these poultry numbers? Except for this one. He got a 420. Nice. Nice. Alvin Dark. Blackie or the Swamp Fox? Blackie or the Swamp Fox? He played a long time. Rookie of the Year, 1948. Was important in Jackie getting to Brooklyn in some way, but you can't remember how. As a manager for your Oakland Athletics, took over right after. Well, you get the last one, but Giants, A's, Cleveland, A's, and the Padres. According to the last manager, Stanky was the reason Earl Weaver didn't make the bigs. He was the Cards player manager, and even though Earl was a real prospect, they played the same position. I bet Earl was bitter about that. He didn't seem, I don't know, Earl Weaver doesn't seem like somebody that would hold a grudge, though, right? Seems pretty level-headed and pretty much doesn't let anything dwell in his head or anything, right? Seems like Earl Weaver. Paul, thank you very much. Even though I lost this one, was not a fan of Nettles. Uh-oh. So do you not like Eddie Stanky? Like, I don't like Dallas Green because he was not a fan of Ricky. So Dallas Green is forever in he's on my shit list forever. Paul, thank you very much. I love this game, despite the fact you made me lose here. Thank you for keeping us on here. I love this game. I love it a lot. All right. We will pick up for game number 4 on Wednesday there. Let us now go do a daily 162. I don't think I did that. I played one of these late last night and then realized that it might have flipped over to Monday's game already. So we'll see what happens here. No, I have not played this game yet. All right. So we have been given Bob Robertson, voice of the Washington State Cougars until he passed away a couple years ago. Bobby Grich, Tony Perez, Roy Parnell, voice actor, Saturday Night Live alum, and Melvin Mora. So looking at this, I'm shooting for the hundreds on the run and the ribs. 30 home runs, probably 325 average. Maybe I probably need to get that up kind of high. But we're looking for center field, shortstop, third base, and catcher. All right, we're starting with the Nats. Now, I did notice something. Somebody told me about this. You can come in here and you can change. Like, I would get rid of the 2020s because they're not helpful. I get rid of the Negro Leagues too because if you get certain teams, you're never going to win because they only have like 60 at-bats. Now, if you do that, it won't take effect till your next round, but also, even though I'm signed in, it won't, if I go to another page and come back, it won't still be there, which I think they need to work on. All right, so we've got Harper. I think that's probably a given. Actually, I think Rendon's the way to go here. I think Rendon's the way to go. Yeah, average will stay the same. Ribs will come down. No, we're going to go Harper. We're going to go Harper. Do it. All right. It's the Boston Braves. I've got a bird making a very high-pitched noise in the background. Let's see. We need the left side of the infield and a catcher. See, none of these are going to help. We're going to have to re-roll a team here. 1920s, I mean, half of it is dead ball. So I think what I'm going to do is change the decade. to the 1960s. All right, that's much better. We got Eddie Matthews. We've got Joe Torre, who's probably going to be our choice because you don't get those numbers for a catcher very often. Del Crandall, nice. Is that when it's really considered? I say like 1924 is when I consider the dead ball to end, or to end, or the live ball to start. So 1923 is what I consider. That's just in my brain. 1920. I don't know. You just got to look at Babe Ruth, right? I mean, he's obviously the bellwether for all of this. 1920, I guess so. I always just think of 1924 as kind of being the beginning. I don't know why. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know why 1920, I don't consider that. I don't know. I'm not the smartest, so. I think we're going to go Joe Torre. I mean, that average, he's a catcher, and those numbers are what we need. So, sorry, Eddie. All right, we're at 320. I think that's good. I need to get 100 runs and then keep everything else the same. We need infielders, and infielders only for the 1940 Reds. Billy Weber, not great. Werber, sorry, Billy. Yeah, I don't like that. We're gonna use our last reroll here. And like I said, I mean, we are not gonna win now because we've got a Negro League team that has 0 power. So my 31 home runs is gonna probably dip down to like 27 here. Which I really hate that. I think we'll go with Piper. Oh, that's going to hurt my ribs too. But I mean, yeah, we'll go with Artie. That dropped my average 7 points. Dropped my home runs to 28. It's not, it doesn't make this game a lot of fun when you get that. And we're going to have to go with Marty McManus. I mean, we're not going to win, obviously, because it's...
Nailed it.
Okay. Like I said. Not our lag, it's slower today. I need to check the settings. I can't believe that was a win. There we go. All right, I'll take it. 2 attempts. Not bad. Not bad at all. Got it. All right, let's do the other daily walk-off, or 162. We'll do... I guess we got to do the daily. We're going to speed run this one. From 2010 to 2019, any franchise, 95 plus. Oh, this is a new one. Usually it just gives you a team. All right, let's do it. All right, we got Boston. We got Mookie is gold. If it's gold, it goes. Although we've got Sale. Ooh, we got Chris Sale. We've got Poppy, too. But this is outfield Mookie. If it's gold, it goes. We got to do it. I'm going to put him in left. We got the Padres. I don't think we're going to have any gold here. Fernando Rodney. Actually, that's real. I mean, that's just one season, though. Closer. Kirby Yates. That's pretty good. Houston Street. Ooh. That's like 2 seasons. Heath Bell. Luke Gregory. Man, they've had a lot of closers in that decade. A lot of them. Frankly, I think I'd go with Houston there. Nobody else from there. Looking at catchers. No. Miggy. Jamal. Bunch of A's legends here. Mets legends Luis Torrens. Mr. Asana Sokatano. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with Houston Street. We're gonna nail down our closer. All right, now we've got the Astros. Oh boy, cheaters! But we got big numbers. Let's see here. Davinsky was a nails reliever. Presley's just one season. Sip was good, not as good as Davinsky. We've got Verlander still doing Verlander stuff. We've got Garrett Cole doing Garrett Cole stuff. Over here, though, we've got Altuve. Yeah, we've got Altuve. I mean, Springer. Boy, I think I'm tempted to go with Verlander or... I think I got to go with either Verlander or Cole. I mean, they are two top line. I mean, look at those whips for starters. Verlander's numbers are better. All right, Dodgers. We've got this ass wipe and Greinke. And let's see. We've got Turner. He's going to give everyone COVID. We've got Puig. Man, a lot of good pitching. I think we might, we got to take Kershaw for those strikeouts. I hate him, though. I hate him. Do you think when he goes in the Hall of Fame, his hat will have a little scripture on it? All right, for the Bravos, my boy, Huddy. Julio Teheran. Craig Kimbrell. We need some position players here. We'll take Frederick. Yeah, we'll do it. I think we're going to crush this, by the way. Now we got the Mets. DeGrom. I mean, if it's gold, they go. That's our rule, right? We got right at third. Lucas Duda's got better power numbers, but we're not going to choose Lucas Duda. Jeff McNeil, Carlos Beltran. Yeah, if it's gold, they go. That bird is on one today. All right, now we could take Garrett Cole again, or we could take Altuve. I think we'll take Altuve. We got to start getting some position players. All right, White Sox. Abreu. We got Paulie for part of the... I wish it told you what years they played, just so you could... I mean, I'm trying to determine how many years on each of these they played. James McCann. We do not want some James McCann. We got J-Roll. Ryan Goins. Got any relievers worth it? Probably not with the White Sox. Swarzak, that's only one season. Tommy Kahnle. Bummer, it's a couple of years. Duke, it's a couple of years. JJ Putz? JJ Putz was still around in the 2010s? Wow. Al Albuquerque. I guess we can re-roll teams. Let's do that. The Blue Jays. JD was okay. Russell Martin. I'd like a good catcher to get that out of the way. Tulo, but not the good Tulo. Omar. Man, they got a lot of catchers. How many catchers are on this squad? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 catchers. 12 catchers during this decade. Well, shoot. I guess I'll take JD. Yeah, we'll take JD. All right, Oreos. We got Machado at third. Probably a better choice than JD, but too late. We got Adam Jones in center. We've got a lot of power at first, but Matt Wieters behind the dish. Markakis. Not a lot of power, but pitching-wise, Zach Britton is a starter. And, I think we got to go Andrew. Oh, he wasn't there very long. Andrew Miller was nails. He's the only one to really consider. Let's go with Adam Jones. Put him in center. Why not? All right, Red. Oh, well, he's going to DH. He's going to DH. Oh, we got Johnny Cueto though. I love, I love me some Votto, but that's a DH spot. So we're back. Well, this is the White Sox. Sale's still good here. Yeah, I guess we'll go Sale. Well, that'll finish up our starters. Diamondbacks. Let's see. Is there anybody here? Ginkel, that's one season. Not a lot going on there. Goldie. Cattell, that's just partial. It's like 2 seasons for Cattell. They're catchers. Montero. Not a lot. All right, we'll put Goldie at the DH spot. Twinkies. Mitch Garver. Oh, that's only 1 year, though. I would love to put Willem. I'd love to put, what was his nickname? The El Tortuga. We need catcher, short, and right. Catcher, short, and right. God. I refuse Kurt Suzuki. I mean, I would choose Garver. Otherwise, Ryan Presley. We don't have a reliever yet. Oliver Drake. Mike Moran. Wasn't he the guy that was driving Uber? I remember, I thought that was so cool. He was driving Uber while he was working. A's legend Fernando Abad. I'm going to go Presley. I need a reliever. All right, we need one reliever, a right fielder, and a shortstop. So we've got Davinsky again. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do Davinsky. And then we've got 2 rerolls left for our 3 positions here. So we're back at the Twins. I mean, Garver is acceptable. I'll put him at catcher. Just get it over with. Then we need a shortstop and a right fielder. So we've got Cargo. Oh, that's probably or we got Charlie. Or we got Tulo at short. Oh, I think we got to go Tulo. Yeah, let's go Tulo. Give me the Rockies again. All right, so we need a right fielder. Right fielder, and we've got 2 rerolls. Not bad for JD. I'm going to reroll, though. I mean, let's use him. Can't take him home with us. Fukudome, no. We've got a Casti, but that's only one. All right, here we go. Hold on to your butts. We've got Cleveland, Sinshu Chu, Tyler Naquin. Well, not ideal. The Milkman. All right. Well, we'll have to go with Sinshu Chu. I think we're gonna. Obviously, we got it. 156 and 6, just barely made it. The Goldie was a good pick. Offense, just because it's an A, not an A plus. Wow. Fine. All right, we did it. Do a quick walk off here. Sack flies, 1990s, 2000 sack bunts, 2010s hit by pitch, 2020s intention. All right, so it's basically a know your decade. 90s sack flies, we'll put Ramon, we'll put Steiny, and we'll put Brent Gates over there. 2000s, we'll put Ellie, Cross, and Giambi. 2010s, we'll put Chappie, Olsen, and Canna. And 2020's Rooker. I think that isn't it. 99 debut. That wasn't very smart, was it? It's got to be Giambi then. There we go. I didn't read. All right, quickly to the grid. We go. It is Monday. What should we do on Monday? We got the Dodgers, the Orioles, the 10+ win season. We've got the Metropolitans, the Twins, and the Brewers. So we do have one Ricky Square. Got it. All right. This is what we're going to do. It's got to be a player I like. Like I have good feelings towards. They can't be blah, can't be. So pretty much if you're on the dental list, not going today. Guys playing on wrong teams. So like guys for one season. So like Ricky and the Dodgers. Is that what you mean? Because I'm down with that. We can do that. So like if we go Mets and the Orioles, Melvin Mora. That doesn't fit, but it works in the square. Mays is a Met. Okay. So if we go 10 wins on the Mets, I don't think Scherzer got 10 wins his partial year with the Mets. What about Verlander? Did Verlander get 10 wins with the Mets? I don't know. They were both hurt the whole time. What about 10 wins with the Brewers? CC Sabathia. CC Sabathia, right? That year he pitched for the Brewers. I'm going to do it. That's it. That's the kind of shit we're talking about. I think, did Verlander have 10? That's what I just don't know. Because when Verlander was there, he was hurt all the time, just like Scherzer. Let's try it. Nobody's going to suffocate in space if we miss it. Nope, didn't have 10 wins. Let's see. 10 wins for the Twins. I think it's been so long since the Twins like traded for somebody at the deadline or mid-season to get 10 wins. Or maybe a vulture. Like, who else did Brady Anderson play for? I legit don't remember who else he played for. See, now the thing here is, it's we got to match two teams for wrong teams. That's kind of hard. What about Bobby Kilty? No, I think Bobby Kilty played for the Mets, not the Orioles. I know he played for the Twins and the A's. McCutchen here, but didn't play for either of these. Rock didn't play for any of these teams. Josh Donaldson didn't play for either of these two teams. Kenny Lofton didn't play for any of these teams. Trying to think of guys that Julio Franco. No, Franco only played for the Twins or the Brewers and the Mets. Lofton, Milwaukee, LA. Yeah, I guess that works. Or what about Hideo Nomo? Would that be better than Kenny Lofton? I don't know. I like Kenny Lofton a lot. We'll go Kenny Lofton. We'll go Hideo Nomo. This is not our best. You keep putting question marks after it. You keep putting question marks after it. That's not fair. That screws me up. Lofton doesn't fit anywhere else. I don't think Torrey Hunter. If you put a question mark, I will assume that means you're guessing. If you don't put a question mark, that means you're sure. I don't think Torrey Hunter played for the Dodgers or the Orioles. Let's see. Who else played for the Dodgers that went to many other teams? Greinke would have worked. Greinke's played for both of them. Well, maybe not the Dodgers for that long. Straw played for quite a while for the Dodgers. Eric Davis, Kurt Gibson. I guess we need to name Twins too. Gaetti, Gagne. I mean, Gagne would work, but he was with the Twins for a bit, or with the Dodgers for a bit, I think. Nobby, no. Kent Herbeck, certainly not. Pedro Guerrero, Steve Garvey, Steve Sachs, Alfredo Griffin, Steiny, Brian Harper, Rick Dempsey. Well, I don't think of him as a Twin, that's for sure. I'm just trying to remember if Bobby Kilty was on the Dodgers, because that would be we've already bogarted. That doesn't work. That we've already biffed this one enough. I'm gonna try this just for the low score it'll be if this works. I don't remember if Bobby Kilty played for the Dodgers or not. He did not. All right, I'll go Rick Dempsey then. Low score. Good job. Apparently could have worked here too. All right. Orioles. Sam Worthington. Let's see. We got Matt Wieters. We've got Sam Horn. I don't think he played for any of these teams, though. Roberto Alomar. Yeah, it isn't a one-team guy there. Miguel Tejada. I don't think he played anywhere there. Oh boy. My Orioles knowledge isn't as deep. Tome. There. Yeah, I guess you don't really think of him as an Oriole the least. Good call. Rafael Palmeiro. Will Clark. Adam Jones. Trey Mancini. Nick Markakis. Manny doesn't work there. Eric Bedard. Jim Palmer. I mean, well, Scott Erickson's on the dental list, so we can't use him. Orozco. Ooh, that's a great one. That's a great one. Nice. Keep guessing. Hell yeah, we're going to keep guessing. That's a nice one. Good call. Did Rusty Staub play for the Orioles at any point? Did Boog Powell play for the Mets at any point? Why chat is still, I can't get chat to refresh. I am going to have to do some deep research as to why chat is not refreshing. Very frustrating. Just sticks. It sticks there. That's from like a while ago. That's from the starting 9. I got to figure that out. When I change scenes, it doesn't refresh. It stops. Mets and Orioles. Who are some other Orioles players? Ken Singleton. I like it. I would have never come up with Ken Singleton. I don't think I would have come up with Rick Dempsey here. I wouldn't have come up with Jesse Orozco with those two teams. We'll file Singleton away. I think we can do better. Bobby Bonilla. Wasn't on the Orioles for very long. Ray Knight. Oh. But I think Ray Knight was longer on the Orioles than Bobby. Oh, Bobby Bowe was there for 2 years. Mr. Nancy Lopez was only there for 1. That would have been the better answer. Would have been the better answer there. All right, 10 wins. I don't know that we're going to be able to come up with wrong teams for this one. Like Johan Santana is a Met, but you know, he obviously spent a lot of time with the Twins. Same thing here. We could try it. How about R.A. Dickey? I mean, he won his Cy Young in Toronto. I'm going to just do it. Pedro. Yeah, Pedro would have been good there. Can we think of a vulture? Did like Senior Smoke ever win 10 games? We should try it. We should try it. I mean, we've already biffed this one so bad. Come on, Senior Smoke. Damn, that would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. He probably had 10 wins total with the Twins. Twins 10 win, an odd player. I'm not going to use Scott Erickson. Last time the Twins were in the playoffs, what was their rotation like? Can anybody name a Twin starter from the last 10 years? I mean, Jack Morris will obviously work here. I don't know, maybe Alejandro Pena? Jim Catt, Bert Blyleven. I'm trying to come up with a non-Hall of Famer. Kuzman or Phil Hughes? Let's go Kuz. Kuz, we're going to go with. Nailed it.
Good job. Nailed it.
That one right there, that is the Simone chick, right? Oh, no. That is an Australian comedian. I don't know her name. That was from the Australian version of Taskmaster. I don't know. I should look up and see who that is because she's gorgeous, but I don't know. Let's see here. 7.5. We did not hit the average today. Sabathia. Okay, there's a number one. I don't think we had a number one. We had Tomei here. Alonso would have worked here, though. Alonso would have worked here just 1 year with Baltimore. I did suggest Greinke. So I know nobody was here on Friday. I don't know if anybody's watched the VOD, but, on Feud Friday, I think I got 5 or 6 of them. 2 of the other 3 that I missed, I suggested, but I went with the other one, and I was mad. Hardest one was the Twins and the Dodgers. We went with Rick Dempsey. Nice. Well, I guess we got it. We did it. Nailed it. All right. Good. I'm glad we got underway. We did it. Like I said, no pod this week. I'm going to hold on to it because downloads are generally pretty slow around the holiday. So I'm going to bank it. It is Rabbit Moranville, by the way. I finally did it. I broke down, did a Rabbit Moranville. So that'll come out this weekend, next weekend. And we're going to just bank a couple because with my mental health, sometimes I just can't do it. And so I'd like to be able to bank a couple so that we don't go long stretches without us putting a podcast out. I don't know how long my dream guest will be on with us. I have no problem making that a 2-parter if it is, because I'm so geeked about this guest. So just geeked. And I think, Brian, you're the only one here, but I don't want to say who it is because people watch the VOD and I don't want to give it away. So I'm sorry. You're going to have to wait. It's going to be worth it, I promise. There is some footy starting here in a little bit. What do we got? We've got Spain and Portugal, I think. Oh, yeah. Spain and Portugal at noon. And then the U.S., Belgium. It's like I'm just going to have a hard time watching it because I'm going to be rooting for the U.S., obviously. But it's just such Balogun and this red card is such bullshit. It just really taints it. I don't think they're going to win anyway. I think Belgium's a better squad. But England is always tend to be my number one. I just, because I'm a Premiership guy, Liverpool guy. I mean, they beat yesterday. Allison who's the keeper for Brazil. I mean, he's been with Liverpool for a long time. I mean, he had no shot on those, but yeah, everybody go watch some football, some baseball. Phillies and Royals must be a makeup game. Starts in an hour. And then, yeah, kind of a full slate. But everybody, thanks for hanging out. It was fun. Glad to get back to it. Enough with the long weekends for a little bit. I will catch everybody on Wednesday. Be good to one another. Look out for one another. Stay hydrated. Stay cool. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye-bye.